create a one-page business plan. You always want to plan first before you do anything that you're going to be doing long term. And very important to start with the end in mind. Whenever you're about to tackle a big challenge or something, you're about to go on a journey, always start off with the end in mind. Know what you're shooting for and work backwards. And you always want to plan backwards. That makes it a lot more clear exactly what you need to do, what steps you need to take by you creating one business plan that will give you exactly the clarity you need to be able to how to get that done. If you need to find a one-page business plan, I have a baby who's calling my name right now. But we're gonna go forward with the video. You just want to Google one-page business plan that will give you literally just all it is, just one page that's that allows you to kind of clarify the who's your ideal clients, how you're gonna get those clients, how you're gonna close them, where you're gonna find them, all your costs and all that stuff. So make sure to start off with the one-page business plan. You do not want to miss this. Use a one-page job offer to hire employees, okay? Main word right there is one-page job offer. A lot of people have trouble or have a hard time hiring because they get bogged down onto the little administrative passive, like creating an employee contract, employee handbook. But something that I learned from my mentor is make it super easy to hire people. And because it's easy, you'll be way more likely to hire and be able to grow your team much faster by, again, using a one-page job offer. We actually offer this as a template inside of our program. It makes it very easy to be able to hire. And guess what? You're able to hire quickly and fire quickly. You're able to test people out, give them either a couple weeks or 2 months at most to be able to quickly find out if they're good. If they're good, great. Train them more and grow with them. Only 2 ways to get clients. There's either organic or there's paid. Okay? There's only 2 ways to get clients, which makes it super easy to kind of pick the path you want to take. How do you choose between them? So it depends on whether you have time or money. If you have time on your hands, you're going to take the organic route. If you have money, you're going to take the paid route. Okay? When you're starting out, usually, you start off with the organic usually because you don't have that much money. That's okay because you have plenty of time. So let's focus on organic. If you have less time, but you have more money, then let's focus on paid. I typically like this one because it's much easier to be able to get more clients quickly, and it's very trackable and it's very scalable. Versus organic, it's lower growth, you have less control, and it really depends on a lot of more factors. Versus this is like, if I get this right, I will be successful. This is I could still do something right, but maybe I still won't be. There might be a chance where I won't be successful. And again, that speed of time, that quickness, it favors this paid. Okay, so make a decision. How am I going to get clients going forward this year for the next 12 months? Is it going to be organic? Am I going to focus on organic? Or am I going to try to crack the code with paid? Well, if you're trying to crack any of these codes, that's what we help lawyers crack. We help you decide which one is right for you, and we get you super focused on the one organic source or on the one paid source that works best for you. Every practice type and every person has the one source that works best for them. I'm a master of figuring out exactly who you are and your practice type, and I align you with that, and I give you exactly what the first steps are, or I connect you to a company or a freelancer that can get you started on that path. Okay, so get clear on that. Start creating content. A lot of people also miss this. They realize they need to create content later on, or like when they're struggling. No, start creating content as soon as you can. Build your community of people that you add value to, okay? There's only 2 ways to get clients online. You either create value, create content, or you pay for it. Paid ads, paid per lead companies, things like that. Okay, there's only 2 ways. So, in the beginning when you don't have money, you're trying to do things for free, go create content for free. It's free. All you need is your iPhone and just some time to be able to dedicate to it, to be able to make content. Define who you want to help. Get the top questions that they want, all the questions that they have, and create videos answering those questions. Be helpful. Bring up all the news articles or updates for those types of people. Make their life better and create as much content as you can. Post it on YouTube. Maybe you want to be active on TikTok or Instagram, but pick one social media platform and go hard and produce as much content as you possibly can. Not hiring virtual assistants sooner. Virtual assistants, the biggest ROI decision I've ever made for my law firm is learning about virtual assistants and then hiring as many as I could, because I realized that that's going to be my biggest leverage for my law firm. And I wish I would have learned about virtual assistants sooner, which I actually did. It was a while ago, 5 years ago, using virtual assistants, at least 5 or 6 years now. But I wish I would have found out about them in my first year and hired as many as I could. Once I've realized the power and the value of virtual assistants, I started hiring as many as I could. Actually, I can share with you a story. In my second year, I did an analysis. When I learned about virtual assistants, I believe I hired 7 virtual assistants in my first year. And my mentor made me analyze my entire staff, and guess what? My entire staff was virtual. So I analyzed for every single person who they were, how many hours did they work, and how much did I pay them for the whole year, and what was my expected value in my head that I kind of evaluated, and just give an approximate a number of how much value that they were. And I realized that this person that I paid $4,000 was valued at $60,000 to me. This person that I paid, I remember it was like $1,800, was valued at $100,000 to me. And then that was pretty much the case for all the VAs, that there were at least 1,000% ROI. That means 10x, 10 times more than however much I paid them was the value that they brought me. So once I realized that, I basically made a rule for myself that I'm gonna hire as many virtual assistants as I could and not stop. And guess what? I've done that. At this point, I've hired over 200 virtual assistants. Right now, we have about 70, 80 that are active, and I continue hiring. And also now our VAs tell us, "Hey, Sam, are you hiring?" I'm like, "Yes, I'm always hiring." They just give me their contact information. They tell me what they're good at, and based on what they're good at, I put them in that position. So if you're not using virtual assistants, make sure you get on it ASAP. Outsource your repetitive and tedious tasks. Notice repetitive and tedious. That's your triggers. When you find yourself that you're doing a task that seems like it's very repetitive, you have to do the same thing over and over, and it feels tedious, it feels like a drag, that's your perfect trigger to find a person to be able to delegate this to and outsource to them. We live in a generation where there's literally millions of freelancers all around the world with huge talent pools that can do anything you could possibly think about. But from now on, I want you to stop thinking about how, instead think about who can do this for me. Spend more money on marketing. I meet so many law firm owners who are stagnant. I'm like, what kind of marketing are you doing? Oh, I'm posting a video on Instagram, posting a little bit on my Facebook, and they're not spending enough money on marketing. You need to spend money to make money, okay? Fastest way to be able to scale is spend more money, okay? And if you already are spending money, ask yourself, am I profitable? If I'm profitable, what's my ROI? Take how much you're making, do it to subtract it by how much you spent, find your profit, divide that by your expense, that will be, and then multiply that by 100, that will be your ROI. If you just follow that equation and you find yourself that you have an ROI of $300% or more, that means you're very profitable. Go spend more money. Again, let me do that exercise for you. It's basically the revenue minus the expense divided by the expense and then times 100. That will give you a percentage, and you're shooting for at least 300% ROI for you to be able to get a green light that yes, you should be spending at least double, if not more. You continuously will want to spend more and more until you cap out, until you start losing money. At that point, then that's where your budget should be. And I find a lot of lawyers just stay stagnant at like 2 or 3K a month on marketing instead of just trying to find any excuse to be able to spend more. I use as many videos as possible in a couple of different ways. One is with my team. Number 2 is with my leads. Number 3 is with my clients. I use Loom to communicate with my team. With my leads, I also use Loom. And with my clients, also a lot of Loom and I would say Loom and YouTube and social media. And then clients, also use Loom to provide instructions, okay? So Zoom and Loom all day long. I don't wait to have meetings. Ideally, if I can just create a Loom video to provide instructions to my team, I record that video, send it out, and I'm able to quickly provide instructions to my team. And I'm also able to automatically follow up with my leads with the video, and be able to also provide instructions to my clients for them to be able to get them moving forward and be able to serve them with as many videos as possible. So I incorporate as many videos as possible into this whole process from A to Z. Get specific. And this is in 2 ways I'm going to explain this. Get specific. Not only in your marketing, your ads, your videos, your who should be specific, but also when it comes to who you work with to get you results to get you results from social media marketing. And what I mean by that is don't just go hire a social media manager, somebody who's just gonna do social media for you. That's not good enough anymore. The reality is social media isn't that easy. And instead, you wanna hire experts that are experts in very specific fields that do one thing really well. For example, instead of hiring one social media manager who can do YouTube and Instagram and TikTok for you, what I do is instead, for YouTube, I hire somebody who's good at thumbnails, who only does thumbnails. Then there's one person who's really good at editing, and there's another person who's good at for uploading and optimizing. For Instagram, there's one person who's good at creatives, who makes really good creatives, but we have someone else who can post them and also interact with people. Okay, so get specific on who you hire for your social media, and instead of relying on one person, jack of all trades kind of person who can do social media marketing for you. Use as much technology as possible. I use as much technology as possible. And very important is I never let the costs of technology hold me back from using technology, okay? So if that means if I find the tool that I know I'm gonna use, I don't care how much it costs. I always sign up for it. I try it out for 30 days, max 60 days. If I use it, great, let's use it. If I don't, cancel, move on. I see a lot of lawyers who get stuck and bogged down and like, oh Sam, I can't afford $49 a month, or whatever, however much it is. Don't do that, don't do that disservice for yourself. Always, I'm telling you, I'm here to tell you, all tools and technology is always worth it if you use it. It's kind of like the gym. If you use it, it's worth it. If you don't use it, it's not worth it, okay? So just make sure to use as much technology as possible. I have basically a list of the top tools for lawyers. Actually, the book also, The Virtual Law Firm Secrets, has a good list of all those tools. So make sure to grab the book, Virtual Law Firm Secrets, because that is also all of that is shared inside the book. Lawyer Nation, I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, take a moment right now to subscribe right below and turn on the bell notification to get notified every time I post a video, because right now I'm posting 5 videos a week, providing lots of value to lawyers. So click right here to subscribe, and to watch the next most relevant video, click right here. Go do it, go watch it.